Hey folks, Jacob here.
Hey, Christina!
We got a game. We got a few games actually. Yeah, never mind.
Don't look behind us.
Don't look behind us. No, there's a few games there, but no, we actually have one we're going to talk about today. This is from Restoration Games. It's fairly new. Thunder Road Vendetta. It is 2 to 4 players. Takes about half an hour to 75 minutes ish to play, and a lot of carnage. We'll, before we get too far, let's kind of get into how the game actually works and how you play a turn or two. Kind of a quick one. We'll do it though. Alright folks, this is Thunder Road Vendetta. The way this game works, it's played over a series of rounds. Each round you're going to take your dice, your 4 dice right here. You're going to roll them, and you're going to assign them per turn. How does a turn work? Well, you first take 1 die and assign it to any one of your 3 active vehicles. Note, I said active, they may not be later. So let's assign here to our medium Avenger, we got a little 5. After you assign that, you can assign one to your command board. Command can range from anything that just helps you to move more, fix your vehicle, or where you can throw out a lovely helicopter. Because carnage is fun, let's just face it. But you can assign one to here. You can only do that once per round. And then, after you've chosen whether or not you want to assign one here, you do your command action, if chosen, then go into actually moving your vehicle. So, the medium Avenger, we gave it a 5. It moves 5 spaces. So as an example right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see what I did there? When you're moving, you look at your forward arc. These are the 3 spaces that you can move into for 1 point. Except mud. Mud takes 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is a singular turn. So the game goes back and forth between players, them moving their vehicles, running around, hopefully not hitting hazards, but of course, they're gonna do something. Because why not? I mean, what good is a racing game if you're not slamming into people? Ooh, slamming. That sounds fun. So slamming, the way it works, as you can see, I just put this vehicle on top of this one right here. Whenever you slam, what you do is you take your 2 dice. This right here is your slam die, and this is your direction die. You take them both, you roll them, you smack cars off the road because that's what we do in this game. Now, we put him right back here. Nice car. And you look at your slam die. This tells you which one is going to be affected. Then your direction die. This tells you where that car is going to go. Could go anywhere in the forward arc or the rear arc of the vehicle. If a vehicle is larger, so as an example here, I've got a little medium Eliminator right above, or medium Avenger, pardon on that, right on top of my large Eliminator. I could choose to, have a reroll, which, why not? I know I'm going to send, actually no, I'm not. I'm going to send myself into a hazard. Wait, that's myself. Ooh, let's re-roll that. When the larger vehicle has someone re-roll, you re-roll both, and of course, you have to do whatever it says. So now, we have the vehicle on top, according to the slam die, moving to the right in its forward arc. Which, the game now goes from a racing game to what we refer to as pinball, causing yet another slam into, oh my gosh, another slam. Well, now the medium Avenger is actually bigger than the small Doom Buggy. Let's go ahead and finish this up because this sounds fun. The small Doom Buggy is going to move forward. Medium Avenger, being larger, can choose if he wants to reroll, which he does not.
and sends him straight into a hazard. Oh no, man. Sends him into a wreck. So hazards can range. They can be something as simple as just more road. They could be mud. It could be an oil spill. Could be a wreck. Or it could even be a mine. If it's a mine, that assigns direct damage. But a wreck, you put one of these out there. And you know that thing we've been doing here just recently where we keep rolling to see how this is going to go? Yeah, we do it again. And so now the vehicle on top, this small doom buggy, goes back in its rear arc to the right. As you can see, that's all spawned from one roll. This goes back and forth throughout the game. And another thing that can happen down the road is shooting. So the way shooting works, if after all your movements done, or after you've finished moving your vehicle, so let's take this as an example right here, and let's put this medium Avenger. These two are not very friendly. I mean, you know, he's sitting there knocking him around. Well, the small doom buggy wants to take a little revenge, so he takes this right here. This is the shoot die. And as you can see, there's multiple sides to it. Each one targets certain vehicles. If it has an L on it, that goes for the large ones. If it has an M, that goes for medium. Small, or in this case, medium small, targets either the medium vehicle or the medium vehicle or the small vehicle. And then any. Well, come on. Any's going to hit any. What you do is you take a shot, and if it matches the vehicle that you're aiming for, then yeah, you hit. In this case, though, the small doom buggy misses him because, you know, that's a medium car. He was aiming for something a little bit bigger. But let's say he had rolled this, the medium, and had actually hit. What would happen then is the medium Avenger right here would have been assigned a damage token. So the way that these work, they take one of these at random, and you place it underneath your vehicle. First, you got to look at it and see what it is. This right here is, no, it's just a dent. It's not too bad. Doesn't really do anything other than just damage it. And as you can probably see here, there are 2 slots. Each vehicle can have up to 2 damage on it at a time. Now, some of these, like you see here, that was just a dent. Some of these do a lot more. If you see something like this, good old blast off, this has sent me flying many times. The way something like this works, you roll the direction die, and then you roll what's known as the stunt die. And you look to see what the number is. So as this example right here, this would move the medium Avenger back, or move him 1 space to the back right of his rear arc. So right here. Now, if he had rolled something as high as a 4, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. The ways you get eliminated in this game are you either have a vehicle that goes flying off the board, or you have one that hits an impassable object. Now, remember, if you hit the impassable object, it's not your fault. The impassable object hit you. The game goes back and forth through rounds, hitting hazards, running through things, slamming people, shooting it up, until either one of 2 things happens. Either A, all of one player is eliminated, which in a 2-player game, that means the other player wins, or B, they make it here to the finish line.
And that's kind of a quick on how you play Thunder Road Vendetta. Good old run and gun, as it says on the box. So, Christina, what do you think of this?
Oh, it's mayhem in a box.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it.
It's so much fun. I remember that one time of like running into oil slick after oil slick, you know, and a lot of times that will send you careening off the cliff.
Yeah. I mean, one of the big ones I always remember is taking a risk of slamming into you And by the way, folks, I like this game. I'm just going to say that first.
I do too.
But taking a chance on, careening or slamming into you just to see what would happen, only to have my hopes and dreams as a young Mad Maxtonian driver utterly ended because I went into a hazard, hit a mine, and then had to blast off, which, if you roll it just right, you might as well take the car and go flick.
Lots of fun.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
As you said, mayhem in a box.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a racing game because, in a two-player setting, it starts off where you're trying to get to the finish. When you go into more players, then the game changes a bit because it goes until someone's eliminated, and then it becomes the racing game. And then
I would say most often when it comes to ending the game, it's ended from a race. I think there was like one time, especially when it was two players, maybe 2 or 3 times with like 2 players, that it was an elimination. We only eliminate one person, whereas in more players, it's going to be more. Maybe one player's eliminated, but the other ones are trying to race to the finish line at that point.
Now, the good thing is, whenever in multiple players, from our experience, when that one player's eliminated, the game ends pretty quick. It's not like that person's sitting there going, well, I gotta wait until this all goes down. It's like, no, it's usually about one round away from the end at that point.
Yeah. There's not a lot of downtime waiting for the game to end.
No. And really, if there is, then that person can just, I don't know, pick out the next game.
There you go.
But, as we said, it's a racing game. It has a bit of a kind of a take that, dice rolling mechanics.
We typically don't like take that
No,
either.
that's usually one of the things that does not survive our shelf.
No.
And this is, well, one of the issues with take that usually is that you usually have one person who's sitting there going, well, I've already taken that. And in this one, everything happens so fast and so randomly that most of the time you forget what you're actually doing because you're laughing a little too hard at what just happened.
And when I'm playing this, I'm gunning for whoever is out there. Whether it be you or somebody else, I am coming full force. The first round, if I can slam them, I'm going to slam them.
Coming to a rear view mirror near you.
This one.
This, for anyone who's played Gaslands by Osprey Games, this I would call Gaslands Light, because it kind of is similar. It's a lot less rules to it, a lot quicker to get to the table. So if you want a lighter version of something like that, this is a really good one.
And it's self-contained too.
It is.
Yeah. Whereas Gaslands is more of a miniatures game, kind
But
of.
the cars
Yeah.
are the fun part.
I mean, really, we're going to continue to own
Oh.
both. This is just one we could throw in a backpack and bring somewhere, whereas the other might require a little more setup.
That's kind of a big backpack.
Shove it under your armpit.
Okay. Well, anyway, that is Thunder Road Vendetta by Restoration Games. And this is us signing off.
Bye!